And then lastly, I saw these screenshots for like this Lucius the Eternal that kind of had me intrigued. I haven't watched it because I'm not on Warhammer Plus. But it did get me thinking about old Lucius. Like the peerless duelist.
Yeah.
He's the best duelist what there never was.
Well, not the best.
But because his thing is that if you beat him, he becomes you, it means he basically ends up losing every duel he's ever been in, because that's his thing. When you write a story about him, you want him to do his thing.
Well, you talk about in like a story, like he just won 5,000 duels in a row because he's the best, but there's one duel in this story he is going to lose. Yeah.
I was just kind of surprised they went for him in the thing. Because you all know what's going to happen here, right?
He is going to die to the executioner dude and then become him?
I guess. I mean, that's his whole deal, right? I'm kind of tempted to watch that.
Lucius the Eternal he's like a fun character in the lore, but you can't look too hard at him.
No, I don't think you really want to make him the main character of anything. You want him in the background being a goofball while you tell a normal story, and he happens to be involved somehow.
Because there's a lot of problems with his power.
Yeah. Is he just one day going to run into like a super depressed guy who feels no joy or accomplishment from anything?
No,
and that's the end.
I don't think even that is enough. Because isn't there a thing where he was killed by a Necron and turned into the Necron? It's like, well, they're fucking soulless robots, but that...
so there's no pride and sense of accomplishment. It's all just...
But
it's just automatic now, is it?
Something along those lines. And the thing where he stepped on the mine and then turned into the guy in the munitions factory.
Yeah, I liked how stupid that one was.
But that one suddenly opens up huge problems. Because there could be... What if you have someone... I'm a the Emperor's champion, right? And me killing this Chaos guy... I don't take as much pride in it. It's like a burden.
Oh, this is my duty.
But the guy who made that sword, they're like, I am the fucking best at making swords. I love that my swords kill people.
He's literally a master craftsman.
Yeah.
Right?
And they love their work. Who does Lucius turn into then? Emperor's champion or sword guy? Because if you shoot him, then it's me that does it. So surely the guy who planted the mine should have turned into Lucius,
maybe
not the guy that made the mine.
I think it's like the line of succession when a king dies, right?
Okay, you track it.
You go to the nearest logical thing, and then if they didn't feel enough joy, you go to the next one until you find someone who has enough pride to be possessed.
Right, okay, but I feel like you need like a spreadsheet on that.
Is Slanesh just sat there like with a massive flowchart?
So much of Slanesh's time is spent working out how Lucius, who they are going to possess.
Feels like it should be a Zinch thing at this point. It's so convoluted.
Oh my god, maybe it is. Maybe it all was a plan.
Ooh.
Wow. What would happen if the resurrected Emperor kills him?
Ooh. Yeah. What happens if a Nid eats him? I think the whole Hive Fleet Queen monster turns into Lucius, a giant planet-sized Lucius.
That sounds ace. But then what happens if he just suffocates in space? Does he turn into space?
I think whoever pushed him into space?
Right.
What if he just fucking screws up and slips on a banana peel or something like that? Like something no one's fault. It's his own fault, you know? Like he pushes a button and accidentally gets sucked out of an airlock. Or he,
Well, who built that button? Then they would be in trouble.
What if there's like an avalanche? And he doesn't get out of the way in time and gets flattened by rocks?
Should someone have put a warning sign?
I love not telling anyone to be careful of avalanches.
Like, who gave them the briefing on their ship before they went down and didn't warn them about avalanche? But they took pride in their work, and through their work, they had killed him. Boom, they turned into Lucius.
Okay. Does it work for animals too?
Yeah.
So if he gets eaten by a crocodilo?
Yeah. Then...
Crocodilo the Eternal.
Turns into... they'll turn back into him, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's just the best, worst thing.
Yeah. It's a fun thing when you're like, oh, sure, yeah, it's the guy he turns into the people that he duels. And don't make him very big or important and just have him off doing his thing. Because otherwise, you get big problems.
Yeah, struck by lightning. That's a good one.
Yeah, it becomes the weatherman. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. So it's like a lightning strike that searches for the path of least resistance to coming back to life.
Sure.
So it's just like Lucius's energy spreads out until it finds some loose tangent connection, and then it scoops it all up into that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Well, you could have just like a demon, some wacky demonette who just goes to Celeste and they're like, oh, Celeste, fucking Lucius died again. And they're like, oh, how did it happen? And he's like, yeah, he fell on a banana peel. Or they got struck by lightning. And like, we've managed to answer all of these questions so quickly. And so Celeste's like, oh yeah, sure. He becomes the weatherman. Great. Does that make sense? And everyone's like, okay.
Okay, I mean, you make the rules here.
Right. And I'm like, sweet. Okay, I'm getting back to
drug orgy.
The drug orgy. See you later.
Perfect.
If Grot kills him, will he become tiny Lucius? For a little bit, and then he'll turn into a big...
And then eventually he goes back to his full size. But I guess there's an in-between stage, where his face starts coming out of the other guy's face.
Oh, yeah.
Where he is a little half Grot, half Lucius man for a bit.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing that's what this is, right? He's in the mirror after the battle going, oh, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
There's a man inside me, but in a bad way this time.
Oh, God. What if he dies of, a cold? Will he be like a germ? And then slowly...
the last person who sneezed near him or touched the door handle.
Right, you're right, actually. That makes sense.
Do you think he keeps, an entourage of cultists around him at all times? Who they can just be blamed. So there's always someone nearby for him to, have a vague connection to.
Oh, yeah. After the mine got him...
Yeah.
And he woke up on an Imperial world, which must have been a nightmare to get out of there.
Yeah.
Just chain dying through that place.
God, yeah, it must have taken months of getting swarmed by Arbites, and maybe an Inquisitor turns up. Yeah. I bet you'd want the Inquisitor to turn up because he might get off-world.
Oh yeah, you just need to get killed by someone who will get off-world as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But hopefully they will go, more like Outer Rim, not instantly go back to Terra, and you're like, fuck! Just getting spawn camped by custodians for 10,000 years. Yeah, not the dream.
Oh.